This is a school reopening video for Carbon School District. The topic of this video is face coverings. Back in July, the governor of the state of Utah issued an executive order requiring face coverings for all people who are visiting or students or employees of K-12 public schools. Within that executive order, he, in addition to requiring the face coverings, he provided a definition that said face covering means a cloth mask that covers the nose and mouth without openings that can be seen through, a face shield, or similar covering that covers the nose and mouth. Carbon School District developed our plan based on that definition that was provided in the executive order, and we communicated about the face shields and other face coverings. However, we have received new information. August 14th, a new executive order was issued clarifying that they are retracting the face shield as an appropriate face covering. So we have disposable masks that cover the nose and mouth, as well as go underneath the chin. There are reusable masks that can be used several times before replacing them, and there are cloth masks that are also appropriate. Face shields are no longer acceptable according to the new executive order. The new order issued on August 14th states that masks must be worn, and these masks need to cover the nose and mouth. There can be no openings, and it needs to secure under the chin. It also states that face shields alone may not be used. If a face shield is used with a mask, then it can be used, but not by itself, except in the case of speech therapy and except when communicating with an individual who is deaf or hard of hearing. So in all other situations, face shield alone is not acceptable. We need to make sure that when we use face masks that we are using them appropriately and that we don't create a distraction with them. We recognize that face masks are going to take on the personality of the wearer, and there's going to be some interesting and creative face masks out there. We've seen many of them, and they're fun and make it a little better to have to wear a mask. However, we don't want the mask to create a distraction. We can't allow anything inappropriate on the masks, and if one rule of thumb to follow is if it wouldn't be appropriate for you to wear it on a t-shirt, please don't put it on a mask. There are some exceptions to the face covering mandate. The main exception has to do with if there's a condition that prevents someone from wearing that face covering, that face mask. There could be a medical condition, a mental health condition, a disability. Perhaps the individual is deaf or hard of hearing. Perhaps there is an individual education plan or an IEP that creates conditions where it would prevent someone from wearing a mask. 504 plan could be a situation. However, we are being told that there are very few reasons why someone would not be able to wear a face mask. The school may require an individual to provide medical directive verifying the need for an exemption if one is sought. There are some other exemptions to face covering order: outdoor recess in elementary schools, PE classes, sports teams, choir and band. Going to need to be really careful about those. And while eating, obviously, in the cafeteria, the mask can be removed, but immediately put back on after the eating is done.